show you right now. I'm going to go to slides. I'm going to create a new slideshow. And I'm just going to call this sample slide. Make sure to always put your name on it down here. Then I'm going to add a slide here. And I'm going to call this one index. I'm going to call this one today. Then I'm going to add another slide. And I'm going to call this one today. And down here, I'm going to put just some random text. So I now have 3 slides. On my sample slide page, and the cover, this is called title page. I'm going to go up here and click on shape. Then I'm going to roll down here and find a triangle, this one right here. And I'm just going to draw it right here. Then I'm going to rotate it by clicking this little handlebar on the top and rotating it to the side. If you hold the shift key down, it will do what's called a snap. So it's going to snap it to 90 degrees. You can even see where it says 90 degrees there. Then I'm going to click, I clicked away from it, and I'm going to click on it one more time. And then I'm going to right mouse click on it and select link. Notice for link, it's also Control K. That's a keyboard command. So I'm going to click on link. Slides in this presentation, and I'm going to click next slide and apply it.
Excuse me.
Yes. Okay, so then after I've got the link on there, I'm going to click it and copy it by doing Control C or right mouse click, copy. I'm going to go to my next page over here on the left and paste it in. Control V or right mouse click paste. And I'm also going to do it on this slide, Control V for paste. Then I'm going to go to this slide, the second slide. I'm going to copy this one more time, Control C. And then I'm going to paste it, Control V. This is where people have gone wrong before, so let me make this very clear. This arrow still points to the next slide, but I want it to go to the previous slide. So I'm going to click the edit link. I'm going to delete this one. Click here and tell it to go to the previous slide and apply it. Then I'm going to rotate it around by dragging this little handlebar, holding the shift key down so it goes to a 90-degree angle. Notice how it says 270 degrees. That's in the opposite direction. And then while I have it selected, I'm going to copy it by right mouse clicking on it, selecting copy. Go down to this page here and paste it, Control V, and it pasted it in place. The only other button that I need interactive-wise is to get back to the index slide. So I'm going to click down here. I'm going to go up here to this menu and select text box. And up over here in the right-hand corner, I'm going to click and drag a rectangle and type in index. Then I'm going to click on it again. Notice how the cursor changes into that little cross. When it changes into that cross, you can see the blinking cursor. That means the text is editable right now. That means I can edit and change that text. But I don't want to change the text. What I want to do is I want to click on the frame around it by clicking here. And now I can add a link to this box by right mouse clicking on it, clicking on link, slides in this presentation. And now since this one's labeled, I can click on index and apply. So now I can put this index slide thing on every single other page other than the index itself. So again, I've rolled the mouse over it until it changes into that cross, and then I'm going to right mouse click on and copy it and put it on my first page. Now when I present this, all these buttons work the way they're supposed to work. So after you get that part done and you start adding your slides, I'm going to insert a photo here from my Google Drive. I'm just going to reduce it down. This is just a random image, but here's the cool thing about the way this is done. If I go to my website, I'm going to go to sites.google.com. If I go to my website, and I'm going to select, oops, where'd it go? I'm just going to select this one. Every one of your pages should have, that has images on it, should have a Google slideshow. So I'm going to go over here to Pages. Underneath the Project tab, I'm going to click plus, and I'm going to add, what did I call it? Sample slide? Oh, it doesn't have a name on it yet. Somebody name this. I'm going to copy that, put it in here, paste. Then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to call this sample slides, which I can also paste. Then down in here in the body, I'm going to click one time here. I'm going to go to Insert, roll all the way down to where it says Slides. It should be the first one that comes up. Now, this isn't completely necessary, but I like to have my slideshows fill up most of the space on the screen. So I just pulled that handlebar to the right, and now I'm going to pull this handlebar down until these two black boxes go away on the side. This way, when someone views it on your website, it takes up the whole screen. Now, there's a feature in here that you may have missed if you haven't seen the video yet, but I like to edit the footer and put today's date on it. So here's how this whole thing is now going to work. I'm going to publish this website. Click Publish again. And at the bottom, I'm going to click View. So this is what the actual website now looks like with this slideshow in it. But here's the part that really gets interesting and I think very cool. If I go to back to my slideshow and I duplicate this page, I clicked on it one time. I'm going to right mouse click on it and say duplicate slide. Everything that was on this page, including the arrows and the button that goes back to the index, is still connected. So I'm going to delete this one because it's the second slide. I'm going to call this one Yesterday. And then on my index page, I'm going to click this text, add a link to it, slide in this presentation, click on the one that says Today, apply. Then I'm going to hit the return key and type in Yesterday. Select this text and do the same thing. Right mouse click, the link, slides in this presentation, click Yesterday and apply. Then I'm going to go down here and click on this slide from yesterday. I'm going to add an image to it. Let's do this one.
Yeah, I close it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just be cold.
So here's the nice thing about. Can you mute your microphone, please? Okay, so the nice thing about this, I've added a picture, I've added text. Can you please mute your microphone? Whoever's microphone is still on, can you please mute it? Orion, are you there? Okay, so let me finish for the rest of you who were paying attention. The nice thing about this is when I update this slideshow, it's automatically going to update on this page. It hasn't updated yet because I haven't refreshed my screen. So if you notice the stuff that I added, including the link here, it's not there yet because I have to refresh the screen. So I'm going to refresh the screen by holding down the control key and tapping the letter R. And now when I go back to full screen on this one by clicking this little symbol at the bottom, the index is in there and the links are in there, including the forward and backward buttons. Index, you can click on all of these things and they're all linked now. So I gave you guys a short lesson just now, those of you who are still paying attention. I gave you a short lesson on the expectation for how to build a website, how to add a slideshow, and how to add interactivity to your slideshow, including adding photos and text with links to different places in the slideshow. So that's a real brief lesson of everything we've covered so far, except for the drawings.